big truck, tell them where this plane going.
Now as we land in Montego Bay, it's like that, y'all. Coming from Jamaica, you know that it's a fact, y'all. The truck in case paid, now we rock and ride. Now we sippin' on Bahama Mamas when we ride.
First off, I always remind men of who they are. Men, you are a king. That's first. Knowing who you are. And walking in the essence of who you are. I'm all about my brothers. I'm all about my black men. But I welcome all men as well. Because there's a lot of healing going on. Too many men walking around here feminine. And too many women walking around here masculine. You don't think something wrong with that? Something's definitely wrong with that. Let's continue.
Well, I want to hear, so tell me when the sign up is. I don't want to miss it. Let me know when you're taking registrations, because I am curious. I had a very lovely single black mother, and I'm going to get to the statistics on single black motherhood and family life. But she was, by definition, more of a father figure in terms of providing and protecting. And I think that's very common. So according to the U.S. Census, Iyanla, 23% of households in the country are single-parent households, and we know 80% of them are led by women. How does this affect the child? Both little girls, little boys, non-binary children. How does that frame
on my heart? As soon as I discovered how off I was, I confessed it to them and asked them to watch me.
When we talk, and I know that you've said that you cannot teach a man or tell a man how to be a man. So I will not ask you to indict men in this question. But I do want you to speak, Iyanla, to how women need to
pay attention.
Position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build.
That's why I speeded up a little bit.
Quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they're not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the income, they're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver?
Look at her facial expression.
Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa.
You saw her facial expression. That's why I said, watch her facial expression. Facial micros. Okay? She was already triggered right there. She was already bothered right there. If he owns the bus. If he owns the bus. Guess what? How is it? I can't make this shit up. Woo, Nelly. How is it that a woman, the first thing that comes out of a woman's mouth is how much money a man needs to make and have all these unreal. Look, I got to get rid of this. This is bullshit. Okay, let's try it again. It stirs my grits of how women talk about what a man needs to make, how much money a man needs to make. First thing that come out their mouth, how much he needs to make. He needs to make 6 figures. He needs to make 100,000. He needs to make 150,000. He needs to make 200,000. Unrealistic. What are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the relationship? Your pussy better be like sunshine if I'm bringing my finances to the table. You better be doing something spectacular. But you look at it. A man of that value, why would he want you? You got 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids, 2, 3, 4 different baby daddy. Half the time, the income you say you making, you ain't making it. You think you a 10, but you not. Who the fuck are you? Why should I choose you when I have options? Okay. Ask a man. I'd rather take a woman flipping burgers at Burger King or a woman that's a server at Denny's and IHOP. I'd rather take a woman that's a fucking server and a damn burger flipper at Burger King and Wendy's. Why? Because she knows how to love. She's ready to love. She's simple. It's not about money to her. She doesn't have a problem with submitting to her man. And you don't have a problem submitting to your man. I don't have a problem with submitting to my woman. But she wants to grow. The material stuff is the material stuff. It's about the inside, the heart and the mind and the soul and the spirit. Can we have a conversation? Can we pray together? Can we work things out together? Can we love each other? Can we grow together? Creating memories that leave a legacy. When you notice the difference, when you ask a woman a question, when you ask a woman those things, what you're looking for. Women ask me, what are you looking for? I ain't looking for nothing. But I tell you what I need from you in a relationship. See, there lies the difference. And it throws them off because they never heard a man speak. Too busy listening to the Pookies and Ray Rays. And if you a man, you listening to the Makitas and the Shaquitas. Well, there you have it. Let's get it.
Playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a bus driver. But we think that it's another human being's responsibility to give us what we need instead of us building together. I could build with a bus driver. I'd have my little stash over on the side in my prenup, but I could build with a bus driver. So I think some of the criteria...
Look at her facial expressions. She didn't like that at all because that threw her off.
Keeps us unhappy, keeps us angry, keeps us imbalanced. And then when the men show up, we want to beat them up because they're not living up to our standards and criteria. And it's not working, beloved. It's just not working. So it's not that it's bad or wrong. It's obsolete. It's obsolete. We have to come up with a new way of being. I don't believe in carrying a man. A man has to do for himself. My son got his first job when he was 9. 9, okay? Because you're a black man, you will know how to take care of yourself. But I think the way we measure it, it's just obsolete.
I think that's a factual analysis. For whatever we want, expect, we're told we were going to get, we got to look at the numbers and what's available on the marketplace. So you're certainly not wrong in the analysis. And you know, let's tell the truth and shame the devil. We know what you got in that prenup. It would never be little. It'll never be small. Shot us a big old.
But see that right there. She just told on herself. Finances. It's okay for a woman to have a prenup. Let a man have a prenup. It's a problem. Catch that. But you want to talk about what's being equal. like my man said on Manosphere Highlights Daily, and much respect to him. Much respect to Queen Dee Dee, doing remarkable things. Check out their channel if you get a chance. This is pure gold. So she just told you. You have, like, shout out to my man Professor Griff. You have to learn to look into things instead of looking at things.
Mound of assets, but that's okay. Let's spend a little more time, just so we're really clear in this conversation, Dr. Vanzant, difference between masculine energy and feminine energy, because I know that is not necessarily gender assigned, right? This is bigger than that. This is bigger than genitalia, right?
Right, absolutely. When we talk about man is mind, woman is heart. And so many of us have guarded, broken, closeted hearts that we do everything from here. And here, you know, as a woman that's been educated, that, like you said, has a degree, here will run out. Here will lie to you. This will never lie to you. But we've been taught not to trust this. We've been taught not to trust our knowing, our intuition. But a man can have a good idea and be brilliant, you know? So we want to have good ideas. But for us, our power is in knowing. And it's in getting that intuition and moving on it. That our power is in what we feel, not necessarily emotion, but what we feel in our body. But so many of us are out of touch with our body. We'll give our body to somebody else before we really get in touch with it ourselves, because we're so busy doing till we don't know how to be. When I talk about feminine energy, again, I'm talking about the grace, the compassion, the humanity. I'm talking about mercy. I'm talking about silence, stillness. I'm talking about flow and movement. I'm talking about speaking from a place of intuitive knowing, love. I'm not, and that's not the masculine way. The masculine way is justice, structure, power, is control. That's masculine. Feminine is dominion, not control. But most of us, many of us, I'm in recovery, are control freaks. So it's a whole nother way, a whole nother vibe. She raises her hand. There's a whole nother vibe that we can tap into, that we have to tap into, because the world is dying. This society, this system is coming down. And if we don't step into our power as women, we're going down with it. With the fall of the materialism and the collapse of the systems and the structures. How many women do you know with degrees could live outside and survive for 3 days? On the earth. How many do you know? I know I can. I know what to eat. I know where to find water. I'm not saying we got to go back to the rustic times of the Wild Wild West, but I'm saying being in contact and in touch with the earth in a way that empowers us.
Yeah.
Take the pants off. Take the pants off. Let your hoo-ha get some air.
And I'm going to stop it right there. But Miss Vanzant makes a very valid point. You know, too many women walking around being a boss bitch. To me, that's not attractive. Where does it say I'm feminine? Where does it say that at? Doesn't. I can care less about your degrees, how educated you are. All those things are good, but it doesn't teach you how to keep a man. There lies the difference. And this modern woman movement, hey, that works for you, that's fine. But you can't shame men when they go to another community. You can't shame men when they go somewhere else. That's men's choice. Men's choice, meaning man has made a choice not to deal with you. Man has made a choice not to put up with you. Because man wants to be happy. And I hear a lot of feminist women, oh, my our black men, you're supposed to protect us. You're supposed to protect us. Bullshit. Can't protect everybody. Some people don't want to be protected. Because you're the same ones who said you don't need a man. Good. Then you let that work for you. We both know it's not, but in your mind, your delusional mind, that's on you. You got to be careful. You got to be very, very careful. Men, be careful of the women you help. Can't help everybody. Can't protect everybody. Now, if you're a simp, that's a different story. But even a simp will have his day. But if you are a man, you're making $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year. You don't got no issues. You don't got no liabilities, no nothing. You are a high value man. You are a high value man. Your only responsibility is you. You are a high value man. You could come home to peace. And if you choose to date, you choose to date. If you choose to have a relationship, you choose to have a relationship. If you choose to get married, you choose to get married. But men, you are in the driver's seat. So don't sit up here and let women like this right here tell you everything you need to bring to the table when she's bring nothing. Nah. You coming at me, you better have something to bring to the table. Until then, to all my kings, continue to live your best life. Follow me on Instagram. I am _he_a king. Follow me. All right? I will do my best to get back with you. Leave your comments. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. I'm going to be spending more time uploading and doing videos and having more content for you. Like I said, I'm going to be shifting things too. I like to have live calls and live callers call in and give more advice rather than reaction videos. But I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything because my calling is to get this word out to the men. My thing is I want to see men succeed. I want to see men grow. I want to see men on the highest level doing it. You choose the community you want to operate in when it comes to your love life. You make the choice. You are the king. You are the leader. Go be that.